Hey, and time for our Talk of the Town today here on AM 1390 KRFO. Talk about beds for kids as Executive Director Sherry Crump joins us with their fundraiser coming up in November, a little bit later on. I guess we'll get to the important part, Sherry. When is this fundraiser and where and what's it going to be all about?
Sure. The fundraiser is Friday night, November 20th. It's going to be at the Owatonna Eagles from 4:30 to 7:30. We're doing a pancake supper. We'll have a silent auction, raffle drawings, door prizes, and also a magic show that will start at 7 o'clock for the kids with Greg the Great.
Okay, and as far as tickets, if you want to get tickets now, where do we go get them?
Yep, tickets for the pancake supper are available at Perfect Day Cakes, and any board member along with United Prairie Bank.
Okay, and again, that's coming up on the 20th, not too far off. We'll talk a little more about the fundraiser, but the group is still fairly new, 5, 6, 7 years old, and it's all about beds. You don't make them anymore, but you buy beds and you set them up for kids. And talk a little bit about your program.
Sure. So we started in 2010, and since we've started, we've actually given out a total of 698 beds. We serve Steele County and Waseca County, children that are ages 2 to 17 living in those counties, and then that don't have a bed of their own, sleeping in unsuitable sleeping conditions, and the family can't afford to buy them a bed. So then we are able to provide them with a brand new twin bed. So they get the metal frame, the box spring, and the mattress, along with a complete set of bedding. So mattress pads, sheets, comforter, and pillow.
And you think about, 600 divided by 6 years, that's 100 a year. That's like every third day for 6 years you go out and have to buy a bed, take it out, set it up. That's a lot of work. So talk about the folks that help you out. You must have a lot of good volunteers.
We have a ton of great volunteers. So one thing we pride ourselves on is we are a completely volunteer organization. We have no paid staff. And we have a great core group of about 25 volunteers that really help us with the deliveries. And then around the fundraiser time, that number goes up to 75 to 100 volunteers that we work with. But they are fantastic. They give up their evenings, they give up their Saturday mornings to make sure that these kids have their own beds. And it's really grown from when it started. We usually gave out about 100 beds a year. Last year we gave out 160. And this year we're already at 218 that we've provided, and we still have about 22 kids on the waiting list.
Who gets the beds? Is it just Steele County, or do you reach across the border? Or
we serve Steele County and Waseca, and then, like I said, the children ages 2 to 17 that meet our qualifications.
And if someone does need a bed, we've got a waiting list, but I guess if someone wanted to get on the waiting list, what would be the procedure for someone to follow?
Yep. So they can give us a phone call, and that number is 507-213-6312. They can go to our website, which is bedsforkidsmn.org, or many of the social service agencies throughout the counties have our information that can be provided to them as well.
I suppose by one time or another, maybe you get requests for multiple beds. If someone has 3 children and they have no bed, is that possible? Like someone could get 3, 4 beds if they have that many kids or not?
Depending on their family situation and if they meet their qualifications, we can give a bed for any child that does not have one that meets those qualifications. And then we do also offer bunk beds, which is really helpful for some families that are living in really small homes and need that extra space. We can do that as well.
And you don't think, a bed's a bed, you think, but I know when I was thinking back when I was a kid, my bed was my space. It was what my car became when I was a teenager. I don't know, is that, you see a lot of folks like that bed is so important.
It is really important to them, not only for, their physical and mental development as a growing child. Getting that good night's sleep really helps them perform better in school, but also for a lot of these kids, this is the first thing that's ever been their own, and it's ever been brand new to them. So we really want to make that experience special for them and just really let them know that this is theirs.
Do you know how much does it cost on average for one bed? Do you know what it is? Runs around or not?
The average cost of a single bed, and that includes the bedding, the mattress, box spring, and frame, is about $190, and then that does go up a little bit with providing a bunk bed.
Can you take donations of, say, used beds or nothing, or has it got to be all new, or how's it work?
We provide only brand new products, so unfortunately we can't take donations of used items. There's several reasons for that. Number one, just wanting that child to really feel special. We also want to make sure that we don't run into any issues such as bed bugs with used beds. So we want to give that brand new bed experience to them.
And I suppose for safety issues too, there could be a flaw in the bed that you aren't aware of when you donate it. So So
Correct.
that's something to think about as well. Okay, we're talking to Beds for Kids. Sherry Kropp, the executive director. You got a pancake supper, a magic show on the 20th. You mentioned an auction. Got some of the items you'd like to talk about that'll be up for bids?
One of the really fun auction items that we're really excited about has been donated by John Klatt Air Shows. He donated a 30-minute aerobatic flight. So anybody with a strong stomach that wants to see, what it feels like to be in those planes doing those aerobatic moves here, you've probably seen them out over Owatonna Airport. That item will be up for bid in the silent auction, so that'll be really fun.
Oh, I'm turning. Or if there's someone you don't like, you could and make them go up. No.
And make a great Christmas gift.
I'm just kidding. I'm sure there's a lot of folks that probably would really like to do something like that. With strong stomachs, I'll point out. Are there some other items on the auction block you want to talk about?
Yep, we're going to have some great items. Wine baskets. We usually have several wine baskets. We'll have some items from 31, Avon. We have some baby baskets and for something for your pet. There's really going to be something for everybody there available. Mm-hmm. And then we also have our raffle drawing. So we're selling raffle tickets. They're $10 each or 3 for $25. You have your chance to win $500 cash, an Apple iWatch, a Duluth couples getaway, or a Wisconsin Dells family getaway.
Okay. You still need more volunteers, or you're pretty well set for volunteers? That's probably, you should never say that. That's right. Never say you have enough volunteers.
Never
right?
say you have enough. We learned that last year with the great turnout we had. So if anybody's interested in volunteering, they can certainly give us a call. And again, our number is 507-213-6312.
So John Doe calls and says, I'd like to help out. What do you think John Doe would do? Would he be part of the delivery team, or do you have to assemble the bed, or what would they do?
We really look at what they're interested in. We have several opportunities. When we do bunk beds, we do a lot of pre-assembly in our volunteer center to try to get them all ready to go, so it's less work on site. So we have some people that will come in and do pre-assembly of the bunk beds, or we have a lot of people that want to experience that delivery and see the smile on those kids' faces when they actually receive a bed.
And you mentioned you recently got, I think it was someone in Ellendale got a bed, and you got some feedback from that parent.
Yep, so we did our first Ellendale delivery, and 2 little girls received a bed, and I spoke with their grandmother recently, and she said ever since they received those beds, the girls have been sleeping better and longer, which is a great outcome of those kids getting a bed, because then they're going to do better in school and just feel better in general.
And I imagine sometimes you're thinking of kids, 2 or 3 to a bed, but I imagine there's probably some families you run into where they didn't have any beds for the kids. Remember, they're sleeping on the floor? Got some situations like that? Or?
We've had several situations where kids are just kind of sleeping on a pile of blankets on the floor, or they have maybe a really old air mattress where the air leaks out every night. Just furniture that really isn't suitable, but that's what they have, so that's what they're sleeping on. We've really seen just about everything.
Mm-hmm. We're talking to Sherry Kropp from Beds for Kids. Anything else we need to bring up as far as the event on well, let's just repeat it again. When's your fundraiser? Where and how do we get tickets? Let's do that.
Sure. The fundraiser is Friday, November 20th. It's going to be held at the Owatonna Eagles from 4:30 to 7:30. Tickets are available at Perfect Day Cakes or United Prairie Bank, or any board member within the community also has them available. It's going to be the pancake supper, the raffle drawings, the door prizes, the magic show with Greg the Great. The nice thing about it is if you just want to stop by for the silent auction, you don't need a ticket. The tickets are just for the pancake supper. So we have opportunity for anybody to stop by and just enjoy the night.
Oh, that's a good point. So what are the hours for the silent auction? Starts right away when the supper starts? Or?
Yep. The silent auction will go from 4:30 to 7:30. The pancake supper is from 4:30 to 7. And the magic show is from 7 to 7:30.
Okay. And anything else we need to say about Beds for Kids?
Just an opportunity to thank the community for your support. We really appreciate it. Definitely would not be able to serve these kids without the support of you guys, so thank you.
Should we try to get your husband to say at least one word on the mic? I think she'd like that.
Well, yeah, my husband Jeff is sitting next to me, and for those of you that know him know that he really does a lot of the hard work in this organization. He is on 99.9% of the deliveries, manages the warehouse, so we couldn't do this without him as well.
Okay, because I know wives, they get a chance, they can kind of tease the husband. I gave you the opportunity.
I've been trying.
Okay, again, it's November 20th, and Beds for Kids, the fundraiser at the Eagles, and that's our Talk of the Town for today here on AM 1390.